I love what you said about values. And I realized when I went to China that the people that would stay with me longest and the people that could help me build a transformative learning community, a positive place, were people that whose values were pretty close to mine. Uh, Peggy and I years ago, we sat down and we decided that we wanted to literally write down the things that guide our decisions, our values, our principles. And actually, when I went to China, as you know, I had to teach. Zach had to teach. We were not allowed to be administrators only. There was only a teacher's working permit. So we had to be in the classroom, and the police were very plain with us. We're going to come to that campus, and if we don't find you in the classroom, you've got problems. So I said, okay, I'll teach AP English. Um, and it was the years that Zach and I were in Shenzhen. We called them the golden years because we really had a free hand to teach whatever we wanted. We even were able to bring books in from outside. And so my students, we even put my 6 values written on the wall. And so 2 things are true. You need to have values, and people need to know what those values are. Then you need to live up to those values. Do not say, Zach said the other day, do not say that you espouse a value and then you go against that value. And I can tell you that in China, Zach can tell you, I think Anne Marie can, look, I had over 1 billion people that had their eyes on me, literally, because of the success we had at Shenzhen Middle School. And these folks knew what my values were. And so with the rise of social media, WeChat they have, you go outside those values and you've lost everything. If you say that you believe it, you'd better live it all the time. And then the second thing would be this. Sometimes you're going to hire people that don't share your values. And that's just life. I'm not going to impose my values on you. But what you do is you take and hire people who share your values. Then if both of you live those values out, those people are probably going to be longer term. I mean, why are the 6 of us in this room together? Well, we're friends, we're colleagues, but we share values. We absolutely, I guarantee you, the 6 values that I have in my life, I guarantee you share them with me. And I know for Zach, I don't know how long it took you to figure out that this guy walking into the office every morning, it really is me. It's not make-believe.
Real, yeah.
Yeah, it is real. And so, one of the things that Zach taught me, though, when it goes to emotional intelligence, and he got sideways with me, and people think that Zach and I are all lockstep. We're not. When we walk out to that door, we have decided what ethos is, and that's what we communicate. But behind the door, we don't always agree. And it was a personal thing once. It was Christmas, Zach. I don't know why, so let me share with you a character flaw of mine. I really have a hard time letting people do things for me and giving me things. I don't know, I just don't know that I'm worthy of that. And so Zach wanted to buy Peggy and I a Christmas gift. And I told him, Zach, no, I don't want a Christmas gift. And he got angry with me. He said, you're wrong. When you do that, when you ask people to be mindful, because Zach is very much about mindfulness, when you ask people to be mindful and you ask people to be good and caring and you're good to them, but you won't let them be good for you and to you, that's wrong. And I realized, yeah, you're right. And he bought us a TV, by the way, for Christmas that year. A big flat screen TV. And so, yeah, you're right. All right, Huda, how about you? Oop. Can't hear you. Hey, Huda, you're muted. Unmute.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, fine. As I said, that being an effective leader requires a combination of strong communication and, as Zach said, emotional intelligence, vision, and the ability to inspire and guide others. Uh, of course, we should guide them toward the goals. And actually, I do believe in one of the wisdom that I don't know if you know this guy, this Ralph Nader. I don't know if someone knows that guy. He said that the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means empowering others to lead increases proactivity and creates a culture of collaboration and shared responsibilities. Uh, I do also believe that leadership is not about being in charge, it is about taking care of those who are in your charge, actually. Means proactive leader, proactive leaders prioritize their team well-being, knowing that a supported team perform better. And this is what I'm actually practicing since I've first time start being working as a school leader. And actually, I do agree with Henry Ford that said, "Don't find faults, find a remedy." Which means effective leaders focus on solution rather dwelling on problem, fostering a proactive mindset of people. And yeah, as I always say for my coordinators and team leaders, that the best leaders are those who most interested in surrounding themselves with people and associates smarter than they are. Smarter than means we are, okay, because they are frank in admitted this, and they are willing to pay for such talent. Most people are preferring people who are working with them or under their responsibilities to be less intelligent than them, thinking that they will still in need for me, and they will still believing that I'm the one who can advise them. But for me, I believe that if my team are very talented and intelligent, this makes me more stronger, actually, in leading the team.
Yeah.
And leading the school or the community or whatever the place that I'm running, actually. And also, I do believe that the proactivity is never an accident. It is always the result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focus of efforts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, I do believe that we have to surround ourselves with a trusted and loyal team. This makes everything different with you in the same community. That means you will be more strong with a supportive team, and essential to leaders' proactivity and success. Also, I think and I do believe that to handle ourselves with uh, to handle ourselves, we should handle others by using to handle ourselves by heads. We should use other handling. We should handle others by hearts. Means we have to lead with empathy. We have to share morals with our teams. We have to yes, we have to have values. As you said, we have to share morals and values together with our team, so we can touch senses with each other, actually. And finally, I can say that the good leader takes a little more than his or her share of the blame. That means I don't put blames in others. Whatever happening, I have to take the responsibilities and share responsibility with other. So no blame gaming actually towards each other. We have to know that we are responsible to lead, and we are all one team, so we can motivate each other in creating a solution for any problem we can face it. Actually, this is my beliefs toward a leadership, or toward a leader guy or person, whatever. And we have the final and most important, that we have to find the difference between urgent and important when we run any business, and we have to prioritize tasks that's aligned with long-term goals than rather reacting to every demand.
And I like what you said, because one of the things I think probably all of us in our own way tried to do at our schools, for me, it's two things. One, the very first thing I've got to do, Huda, is try to get these people to buy into what I'm selling. And I can't be a snake oil salesman or an insurance salesman or a used car salesman. I've got to be an authentic, genuine leader that as I'm selling this idea, because that's what leaders do. Leaders execute and they sell ideas. And so the very first thing is, I want you to buy in. If you can get teachers and staff to buy into and then take ownership. Take ownership of the whole institution. Take ownership of themselves to get better. Zach, your dissertation. And so Zach's dissertation was about how the perception by teachers of the leaders impacts their willingness to get better. And so if we can get them to buy in by being that genuine self, never break a promise. You know, I was taught as a kid by my grandfather, when you tell somebody you're going to do it, you do it or you die trying. You don't make excuses. And like you said, when something's gone wrong, the leader should take responsibility for that. Well, I mean, let's say that it's downstream, and over here is an instructor, a teacher, and there's been some kind of failure. Well, the very first person that I want to look at is me in the mirror in the morning. Was this a failure of my part, of training, of coaching, of mentoring? But for me, and I know we talked about this when we got ready earlier in the week, two things helped me in my life to do that and make it so that I'm sorry, I apologize. Those are two of the words that Peggy and I say to one another all the time. I'm sorry, this is my fault, this is on me. And by the way, just like you can have a successful marriage, you can have a marriage of people in a school. And so baseball. I started playing baseball when I was 5. I was cute in my Cincinnati Reds outfit. And baseball is an unusual sport in that most of the time you can't point at somebody else and say it's your fault. In American football, a quarterback can say the receiver dropped the pass. It's his fault. The lineman, defensive lineman, can say the offensive lineman held me. It's his fault. But in baseball, all 9 of those people are on an island. And when something goes wrong, you are taught to take your glove and say, this is my bad. I'll fix it. Now, what probably most of you don't know is, before I decided to be a professor, I wanted to be a pilot in our Air Force. I wanted to fly fast jets. I wasn't going to get married. I wasn't. Neither one of us wanted to get married, and then we did. And so I went to cadet school. I went to flight school, and more people got drummed out of flight school for making excuses. Flight instructor said nobody wants to be 5 feet from an airplane traveling at 700 or 800 miles an hour, and that person will only make excuses for failure. Nobody wants to be there. And so that helped me. It made it easier. When I make a bad decision, then it's my fault. I'm going to own this thing. And if you guys will come and kind of team up with me and help me overcome it, I'd appreciate it. And so now, and I thought of that because Anne Marie, as it comes to you, I love that story you shared earlier in the week. So share with us your journey and your thoughts on this topic.